evening. This is the 18 WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson. A Ferdinand man who was accused of taking the life of a St. Henry man in early 2016 has given his approval of a plea agreement in the case. The agreement in the DuBois County Circuit Court today between 26-year-old Kyle Popplewell and the DuBois County Prosecutor's Office says that Popplewell could be sentenced to as much as 86 years in prison for murdering Jeffrey Perry on January the 10th, 2016. That night, Popplewell allegedly entered Perry's home located east of St. Henry, and Popplewell allegedly stabbed him before raping a woman staying under there. Under the agreement, Popplewell will plead guilty to the murder charge as well as a count of criminal confinement amended from a level 2 felony to a level 5 felony, and the aggravated battery count amended from a level 5 to a level 3. DuBois County Circuit Court Judge Nathan Verkamp took the plea under advisement. A sentencing hearing is set for September the 8th, 2017. Conservative businessman and entrepreneur Mike Braun of Jasper officially announced his candidacy for the United States Senate on Tuesday, highlighting his private sector experience and ability to bring real-world solutions to D.C. The 63-year-old is a lifelong resident of Jasper and currently serves District 63 of the Indiana House of Representatives. That includes most of DuBois County as well as parts of Davies, Martin, and Pike. Since Braun is filing for the U.S. Senate post, he will be forced to give up his seat in the Indiana House, since both offices will be up for grabs in 2018. Mike is the founder and CEO of Jasper-based Meyer Distributing, a nationwide auto parts distribution company with locations in 38 states. Braun, who first made his intentions to run known last week, says it in a release that he made his career in the private sector, and he says that our country needs more people who can tackle big issues from perspectives gained from running a business and not a career politician. He says that he spent his life building a business and creating jobs and is running for the U.S. Senate because we need leaders who understand the real consequences of the failure of federal government and are capable of delivering solutions for Hoosiers on issues like health care and tax reform. He says he's ready to go out to Washington to deliver Donald Trump reinforcements as he takes on D.C. swamp. He says that last year's presidential election showed that Hoosiers, no outsiders with business experience, are the country's best hope to fix the broken political system within Washington. Braun says that most importantly, Hoosiers want leaders who can break the hold career politicians have on the system and also those who make conservative change happen. He says it's time to replace Joe Donnelly with a Hoosier conservative who can get the job done and says that it's he who can do it well in Washington. Mike is a 1972 graduate of Jasper High School, and he attended Wabash College, where he obtained a bachelor's degree before earning his master's from Harvard. He and his wife, Maureen, who herself owns and operates Finishing Touches in Jasper, have 4 grown children and 3 grandchildren. Huntingburg City Council held a public hearing last night, and one to modify the OCRA grant for the Market Street project and the other for the additional appropriations for the 2017 budget. At the last council meeting, it was revealed that the low bid for construction on the Market Street project was from Jasper Lumber. However, that low bid was higher than the estimated cost. The city has received an OCRA grant of $1.7 million, with $1.4 million going to the Market Street project. A vote was made to modify the grant so that the full $1.7 million could go to the street project. The public hearing last night was needed to step in to comply with the rules. And in addition to the grant modification, the council also needs to increase the amounts from public funding sources. With the second public hearing, the council made additional appropriations to the budget, among other things, to increase the amount from EDIT by $1.2 million and the amount given by the DuBois County Community Foundation to $600,000. The council adopted the ordinance making these appropriations along with updating the resolution to commit funds to the Market Street project as well. Jasper-based Campbell Electronics announced last week that they set a net sales record of $241 million in its fourth quarter of fiscal year 2017. Its net income for the quarter was $8.1 million, and consolidated net sales increased by 9%, the 6th consecutive quarterly sales record. Cash flow provided by operating activities was $12 million for the quarter, which compares to $8.8 million in the prior fourth-year quarter. Cash and cash equivalents were $44.6 million, and borrowings outstanding on credit facilities were $10.0 million at June 2017. Company chairman and CEO Don Sharon says that growth in all 4 of the companies and market verticals, including double-digit growth in 2 end market verticals, helped them set a new quarterly sales record for the 6th consecutive quarter and provided a strong finish to a record-setting fiscal year. He says that new program launches and ramp-up activity combined with successes of their recent accusations has created significant momentum and positioned them well to achieve their goal of $1 billion in annual sales in the year 2018. Sharon says that margin improvement and capital efficiency will continue to be priorities of focus for them in the fiscal year of 2018. A pair of new physicians has joined Memorial Hospital's medical staff, and the first is emergency physician Logan Dellinger, and he was recently appointed to the active medical staff at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center. Dr. Dellinger received his Doctor of Orthopedic Medicine degree at Lake Erie College of Orthopedic Medicine in Braunton, Florida, and completed an emergency medicine residency at Augusta University in Augusta, Georgia. He is a member of the American College of Emergency Physicians. And meanwhile, Jason Campbell, MD, has joined Dr. Dean Beckman, David Bell, and Joseph Munning at the Jasper Primary Care Physician. Dr. Campbell joined the medical staff of Memorial Hospital in 2011 while working as a family practice in Washington. Most recently, he was a member of the Memorial Hospital's Greenway software team while practicing part-time at various clinics. Dr. Campbell received his medical degree from Texas A&M Health Science College of Medicine in College Station, Texas, and completed a family medicine residency at Christie Regional Medical Center in Wichita, Kansas. He has been practicing medicine since 2008. A pulled pork dinner will be held this weekend for the Children's Organ Transplant Association in honor of Brittney Walker. She is a Martin County area teen in need of a liver transplant. The event is set for this Saturday, August the 12th at the Lagodi Methodist Church, and 15-year-old Brittney is listed for a liver transplant at Riley in Indy. Funds are being raised to help with transplant-related expenses, and the cost of the dinner will be on a donation basis. The dinner menu is pulled pork, coleslaw, baked beans, chips, hot dogs, and drinks, and serving will be from 4 until 7 p.m. Eric Morgan of Evansville has been sentenced to 5 years by the Vanderburgh Circuit Court. His sentencing comes after an investigation led by the Secretary of the State's office that it began in 2014 when the Secretary of State's office received a complaint about Morgan. Morgan was the president and CEO of Liquid Ninja and took more than $600,000 from 3 victims in the Evansville area for investments in his energy drink company. But instead, he used that money for personal gain. Neither Morgan nor the product he offered were licensed in the state of Indiana, and this is not the first time that an unlicensed fraudster has conned Hoosiers into an investment scam, said Secretary Lawson. We urge investors to do their homework before investing and to contact the Secretary of State's office if anything seems too suspicious. He would like to thank Vanderburgh prosecutor Nicholas Herman for his leadership and hard work in pursuing this case. This is another example of why an individual should always do their due diligence before investigating a substantial amount of their hard-earned cash. This is said by Secretary's Commissioner Alex Glass. Glass also says that taking the time to research potential investments is an important part of preventing investment fraud. And lastly, he says Morgan was sentenced to 5 years to be served as 1 year in the Department of Correction, followed by 4 on work release. He is ordered to pay $650,024 in total to his 3 victims. And make sure you keep it right here, because up next, take a look at your weather summary.